There are going to be huge questions around Stefon Diggs going into next season. Couldn't crack 9 fantasy points in any of the 3 playoff games. He finished outside the top 36 in 6 of his last 7 games of the fantasy season. Absolutely brutal. You were likely starting him every week, which was like the worst part about it all. It was hard to second guess starting Diggs, especially when it mattered. Diggs is 30 years old now. I don't think I'm ready to call it quits on Diggs just yet. He's likely going to be in the value territory for me in next year's draft. He left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths in the second half of the year, no doubt about it, but I don't think he's necessarily lost a step. The usage has been there. From week 10 on, he was getting a 29% target share in that same span of him underproducing. It's usually the age 31 season and on where we tend to see a drop in production overall for wide receivers. But when you talk about elite wide receivers who have got it done for 4 to 5 seasons as a fantasy wide receiver one like he has, that production at the later stages can get extended a little bit. So that age 31 drop off can potentially be extended to like 32 or 33. At least that's what the data shows. So I'm not necessarily out on Diggs in 2024 because I think he'll potentially come with a discount, and I think he can be someone who can help a dynasty contender next year as well. Maybe not as that high-end wide receiver one that he's been, but I think we're all looking at Keenan Allen. Obviously, slot wide receivers do end up having a longer lasting career, but we'll see with Diggs. I think at the end of the day, he's going to be somewhat productive, next year. We'll see what his ceiling ends up being.